Hello YouTubers and chess fans, I'm Mike and welcome to my Chess Principle channel. In this video and in this first game I will try to show you how beautiful tactics is something result of many positional pluses which you need to tend to gain through opening and middle game in your own games in order to win. This is the game between Mikhail Tal and Alexey Suetin which is played in 1969 and Tal opened the game with e4, c5, knight f3, e6, d4, c takes d4, and knight takes d4. This is the open Sicilian defense, and white usually plays here on a queen side, while black seeks his counter chances on a queen side. You can see with these green and red arrows that it usually results in many complicated positions. h6. This move stopping progress of knight on d4 and white squared bishop. Bishop to d3, knight e7. The point of this move and this system in Sicilian defense is to move knight on g6 and cover these green squares. Knight c3, knight b to c6, and Tal played knight to b3. In strict positional play, you don't want to exchange pieces which you move twice for the piece which is moved only one. For example, this exchange favors black, especially with this system on with knight on e7 and this d5 move. So Tal recognize this and he plays knight to b3. Knight is going to g6, white castles, b5, and black has started his counterplay on the queen side. Black played b5 and he has started his counterplay on the queen side. Bishop to e3, d6, and now very important move in Sicilian defense for the white, and you should remember this move. That's f4. This is a very important move because this pawn structure and these pieces behind it usually produce great attacks on the king side. Bishop to e7, and now very aggressive move which using black knight on g6 position, and that's with the queen on h5. Now for black will be very hard to draw away this white queen because knight is not on the f6 square. Black plays bishop to f6. Black intend to use his resources for counterplay, and that's a half open c line, and b7, b5, b4 with pawn, and possibly to use this bishop on the diagonal and to produce some problems for the white on the queen side. Rook is going to d1. White brings his piece to king side and he's simply developing his pieces. Bishop takes c3. Black didn't finish his development and he's using a try to produce pawn weakness, which can be important in the end game, but white attack on king side is faster. B takes c3, double pawns. Queen to c7, x-raying through knight this c3 pawn. And black, as you can see, still don't want to castle. It's obvious that he's scared of white kingside pieces. Rook is going to d2. White plan to double rooks on d5 on f5. Knight to c to e7. Black again didn't finish opening, he didn't connect his rooks, bishop still on c8, but he negates chess principle and moves same piece 2 times, which is wrong. Knight is going to d4. Tal moving his knight on a queen side. Rook to d to f2 was also a good move. Bishop to d7, and now we can assess position and compare king. For example, white king is safe while black king is still in the middle. Rooks are developed while black rooks are still on the first and starting position. White has a bishop pair, good position for the knight, and active queen, while black queen is in passive role, and this knight on e7 still don't have um, good moves to to cover, and this result in this move f5. The strategic idea is aggressive attack on a queen side, but the idea of this move is to get one more positional plus more, and that's the opened e file. And black played here e takes f5. f5. What will happen if black played e5? Then after f takes g6 knight, and e takes d4 knight, g takes f7 check, and king on f8, c takes d4, and as a result of these moves and this variation, black lost try to castle, he lost pawn and one defender piece, and white made correction of his pawn structure also. So black takes f5, e takes f5 again, knight to e5, and now a very strong move which Mikhail Tal found, and that's a knight to e6. With this knight he attacking simultaneously queen and the undefended g7 pawn, and this knight can be only uh, taken with the bishop, because this pawn on f7 is straight with the queen check. So after bishop takes e6, f takes e6, and now white is very close to double these rooks on opened file. So black here played g6. I think that black thought for a few last moves that with this move and establishing f5 square he will stop white kingside attack, but he exchanged his dark square bishop, as you remember, and this move weakened his dark squares. And as a result of this positional plus and many positional pluses which white hold right now, he played one strong move, one sacrifice of the queen, and you can stop the video and try to find this move. And that's a queen takes e5, attacking the rook, the sacrifice of the queen. If, for example, we're going to f8, then e takes with the check, king to, if rook takes, then queen can give the check, black cannot protect with the rook, double attack with the king, queen and the rook. So after d7, queen takes this rook. So if king going to d7, then rook f6 is very strong move, and you can think, but black will take the queen. No, because f5 double check and mate. So after d takes e5, Tal played last move in the game, and that's of course pushing this f file. He takes with e pawn an f7 and check the black king, and black resign. If for example black played f8, then there is a mate in 1, there is a checkmate in 1. And what will happen if black played, for example, king to d7, then this well developed places and many positional pluses in the white position will result in strong attack, and that's for example double check with bishop f5. If king going to c6, then bishop to e4, knight protects, bishop takes, king d7, bishop takes, double check, king to, for example, e7, then bishop check on g5, king e6, bishop d5 check, king to d7, bishop a4 check, king to c8, promotion of queen, rook takes f8, rook takes, and this queen cannot be so much strong to fight against these two minor pieces and two heavy rooks. And for example, after this check, if king going to e7, if king going to e6, pardon me, then bishop can give the check on d5, king d7, bishop b3, king c8, and again promotion the queen. So black calculated this variation, and after this move he resigned. As you can see, this is a beautiful win against Sicilian defense by the 8th world champion Mikhail Tal, and I hope you have enjoyed watching this video, and if you do, then press subscribe and like, and see you next time. Bye.